Italy extends coronavirus measures nationwide. Maybe a dumb question, but if all people are ordered to remain in their homes unless it's an emergency, how are people supposed to get food? Poor Italy has really become the center point of this outbreak, and it's not even close to where the virus originated. Really shows how global we are. Never seen anything quite like this before. I work in an Italian hospital, and I have to say thanks to the bravery of our government. Our hospitals are collapsing and we need to slow down the infection rate, in order to ensure a bed in ICU for everyone who will need. We cannot choose between two lives, we cannot say who has more possibilities. We are working hard, we want to do everything possible for every single person. Thank you to our politicians. I wouldn't have believed I can say this in my life. We can do it, it will end and we will be stronger. Don't panic, stay at home, wash your hands. Wow, this is insane. Hope they are successful in containing the outbreak, as it seems to be exponentially growing. I wonder when was the last time a whole country was locked down due to a disease. Is this a first in human history? So pretty much a nationwide lockdown? Wow, this is crazy, but it's good to see they're taking the situation very seriously. It's amazing how fragile our society is as a whole. Despite our advances, a new virus can knock the wind out of us at a moment's notice. This will most likely last until they get back ICU capacity, as they fear it will overload the health service like it did in northern Italy. Without spare ICU capacity, you get insane death rates like we have been seeing from northern Italy. I'm an American living in Italy, and I can tell the panic has started to set in. I was at the supermarket yesterday and everyone was really on edge. A lot of people have started to wear masks too. I'm supposed to go back and visit the US for the first time in 2 years, but it seems like that's not going to happen now. I'm reading on the news that we're technically not allowed to do anything but go to work. I'm not sure how they're going to enforce that though. What are the restrictions? Is there a timeline for how long this is intended to last? I heard earlier quarantines were effective until April 3rd, same applies here, I wonder. Honestly, as an Italian living in Rome, I'm glad they've been brave enough to do this. I feel like our government has finally taken something seriously for a change, and we might be able to weather the storm thanks to it. Granted, it's going to be tough. If anything, I'd be more scared of COVID-19 if I lived in a country that's kind of just letting the spread happen without testing or working on a proper quarantine plan. Think France, or even worse, the US. Good luck, Italy. This year is fucking cursed. I can't help but wonder that as things gets worse in the US over the next few weeks, if some cities/states will try to implement large-scale quarantines like this, and how it will go over with the general public. My guess is, not well. Buona fortuna raga. I lavativi le mani. Italy on lockdown, hang in there lads. First time since World War II that they've done this. Bad news is that this is taking effect tomorrow, which gives people some time to move out of the country. 2020 is really about turnout like 1968, just one thing after another. The history is repeating itself. The word quarantine comes from Italian quaranta giorni, and it literally means 40 days of isolation, which was used during the 14th century plague times. While France is pretending the airports around Paris didn't let in thousands of virus carriers and is getting no one tested. Masks being only available if contaminated already. Wow, a G7 nation having a lockdown. I think we will see another vertical jump with the stock market tomorrow. Let's bring back the roaring 20s and party like it is 1929. Rimani Forte. Forza Italia. The Italian healthcare system and the Italian government are doing a good job with all these security measures. I feel like the government is being honest and the healthcare system is working hard to prevent the virus from spreading furthermore. A very draconian way to take this outbreak. Powerful response. Hopefully Italians won't have to remain in this situation for very long. Considering the negative impact on the Italian economy, the projections of how this could unfold must be grave. Italian here. I have the feeling that this decision was rushed a bit earlier than expected, thanks to more than 10,000 people that escaped the red zone in the northern Italy to go south. Even if they self-quarantine, 10,000 people are too many, statistically speaking it's inevitable that many of them will break quarantine and spread it around. I wish the USA was as transparent as this. The USA is fucked. I know too many people who think this a fake news pandemic that's being blown out of proportion. Without even looking up any information about what's going on and goes straight into denial. I wish the number of people I knew who were like that was below 10, but that would be wishful thinking. Even though there are still allowing people to only travel to work or family emergencies, you can imagine their economy tanking. Only time will tell if this was the correct decision or not. It certainly is a brave decision, not something I can see my government doing. UK. It feels so much like a major worldwide recession on the horizon. As always, the rich will profit and the rest of us will be paying for this, just like the last recession. Ugh, nearly 500 deaths. I wasn't aware of how many people have died from it so far, was thinking it was more of an economic crisis. Please be careful and sanitary, people. More countries need to be doing this now, not later when the death toll rockets. By that point it's too late, with tens of thousands infected and the situation utterly out of control. Way too many governments are trying to protect their economy, not their people. United States, please do something to protect your people. I ask for the sake of my grandparents' health. My grandpa survived and recovered from a brain tumor and I don't want him to go down from this. The problem is that these measures have been taken way later than the lockdown of the Hubei province. And we all saw the numbers of China. We'll need roughly 2 weeks to see the effect of these measures. And in the meanwhile what we'll see is the effect of the week after the discovery of the first cases, where essentially no important measures were taken, beside the lockdown of a couple of cities, because of the "it's just like flu, the economy cannot be stopped" mood. Eora Sun Kazai. China, damn Italy, chill out bro. In all serious now, that's pretty amazing to do considering how much a blow it'll be to their economy. Leaders putting the health of their citizens above all else is rare to see. I'm from Lombardy but live abroad. I had a few long calls with friends there. One has a sister working in a hospital near Milan. ICUs are full to the brim and they are now trying to prioritize care to younger patients. Ironically, this will save more young people who will then feel immune or less at risk and go around and spread the virus even more. I feel it is sinking in that this ain't just a simple flu and we haven't seen the worst of it. This thing ain't just a seasonal flu. I have never heard my typically Italian badabum happy friends this down. And we haven't been sitting on our arses. Take care of yourselves wherever you are. Take some extra care for a few weeks. Not because it's just 2%, but exactly because it's 2%, don't be a vehicle. What a time we're living. In Bocca al Lupo Raga. COVID-19, hai provocado ioti distrugo. 3 to 4 weeks. That's my guess until this also happens in Europe and America. If you think the markets have crashed, think again, this has barely begun. Italian here. Please take this coronavirus breakout seriously, try to avoid crowded places and stay home. It's not that difficult, there will always be somewhere to go, there will always be your friends to hang out with, but not now. We didn't take this seriously and the entire country is under lockdown. Our hospital are full, school are closed, you need to get a permission to get out, a paper that states where do you come from and where you are going, so we can track the infection better. I can't even see my girlfriend and I'm working from home because I can't go to work. Saddest part is that too soon medic will be forced to choose who to cure and who to let die. We don't have enough room, there are way too many serious cases. Don't let this happen to your country. Take this seriously. Avoid crowded places, wash your hands and don't be stupid. Please. A fellow human being.